Hi Big Tractor Power fans, this video comes to you from a western Kentucky field where 4 big CASE IH QUADTRAC tractors are working on primary tillage. We'll see a 600 horsepower QUADTRAC and 3 400 horsepower ROWTRACs subsoiling the ground. During the video, I'll share with you the 2-year crop rotation on this farm that requires the subsoiling pass every other year. We'll see the farm's winter wheat harvest, double crop soybean planting, and the soybean harvest, as well as the secondary tillage and corn planting that takes place after subsoiling the following year. So let's head out to the field now so that you can see and hear these big red tractors at work. These big tractors are paired with CASE IH 2500 inline rippers. This implement subsoils the ground, working 18 inches into the soil, fracturing compaction, and loosening the earth. This allows for a healthier corn crop. Compaction will cause the newly planted corn to have a shallow root depth, and that will reduce the yield of the crop. By breaking up the soil underneath the surface of the field, the roots can grow much deeper and absorb more nutrients and moisture. Subsoiling is an effective way in reducing erosion in the field. While the ripper lifts and heaves the soil up and fractures that compaction, it leaves the surface of the field virtually undisturbed. All of the residue left behind by the harvest remains on the surface of the field, preventing any type of soil washouts over the winter. Subsoiling is an effective primary tillage practice in western Kentucky ahead of corn planting. In the next segment of the video, we're going to take a look at the 2-year crop rotation that takes place in this part of the United States, and we'll see why subsoiling is so important. These CASE IH QUADTRAC tractors and 2500 inline rippers are subsoiling in a field that was in double crop soybeans. Double crop soybeans are a second crop of beans that are planted directly behind the wheat harvest. This builds up a lot of compaction because there are 2 crops harvested on the same field in 1 year. This farm harvests its winter wheat crop in the month of June. They utilize big Class 9 CASE IH Axial-Flow combines equipped with tracks, as well as using the QUADTRAC tractors to pull tracked Kinsey grain carts. All of these tracks help reduce compaction in the field because there's a lot of back and forth during the harvest to take the crop out. Following directly behind the combines in the same field are the farm's CASE IH ROWTRAC tractors. These tractors are utilizing Kinsey 1631 planters. The planter is no-tilling the soybean seeds directly into the wheat stubble and straw in 31 rows spaced at 15 inches. The crop residue left behind after the wheat harvest will serve as a mulch to suppress weed growth and hold moisture in the soil as the soybeans mature over the summer. In October, the farm returns to the field to harvest the soybean crop with its big Class 9 Axial-Flow combines equipped with 40-foot wide draper heads that follow the same path as the planter seeded the beans in the early summer. The big combines cut right through the standing wheat stubble and harvest the second crop of soybeans. The grain is collected and hauled back to the farm, and the wheat straw and soybean residue are spread back out on the field, adding organic matter back into the soil, which will also help reduce erosion during the winter months. All of the combine, tractor, and grain cart traffic that takes place between the wheat and soybean harvest in this field builds up a lot of compaction. The subsoilers work to fracture that compaction and loosen up the root zone so that the corn has the best ability to grow its roots deep and soak up all of those nutrients that it needs to produce a bountiful harvest the next year. Here we can see the after effects of the subsoiling in the early spring. Corn planting begins in mid-March in western Kentucky, and the subsoiling pass is almost undistinguishable out in this field. The farm utilizes its CASE IH QUADTRAC tractors and Great Plains turbo tills to work the surface of the field. These turbo tills are vertical tillage implements that work just the top 2 inches of the surface. They work up the soybean and wheat residue and warm up the soil for the new corn seeds that will be going in the ground. Having a smooth seedbed is important for the corn planter as it works its way across the field so that it can accurately place the corn seeds in the ground. The farm utilizes one of their CASE IH ROWTRAC tractors with a 24-row CASE IH early riser planter. This 60-foot wide planter is placing the seeds in the ground as well as starter fertilizer that is carried in the large chem farm tanks that are mounted on the front of the tractor. I hope you've enjoyed spending some time out in the field hearing and seeing these big CASE IH QUADTRAC tractors subsoiling as they prepare the field for corn planting. I'd like to hear in the comment section below this video if you use QUADTRAC tractors in your farming operation. Tell me about the model that you're running and the implements that you operate with it. If you've enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to Big Tractor Power YouTube, where there's over 2,000 videos of farm machines in action. If you would like to see additional big tractors at work from the channel, continue to watch this video for a few more seconds to the end screen for direct links to more Big Tractor Power YouTube videos. As always, thank you for watching.